Hello and welcome to John Dixon and Associates Weekly Podcast. My name is Drew Dixon. With me as always, Scott Pinson, and we're glad you're joining us today. It is towards the end of January, so we're coming up on our next auction, which is February 9th at 2 o'clock. It's a simulcast auction. The live event will be at the Home to Suites right in Marietta at Delk Road and I-75, and also streaming online. If you can't make it to the auction, you can bid online. But we've got some great properties in that auction, Scott. Tell them about a couple of them.
Well, I think one of the things I'd like to highlight is we've got a single tenant office building in Mississippi. It was a former pharmacy. We've already gotten a lot of calls on it. So if you wanted to pick up a business and make it income producing, rent it out to somebody over there, that's a good opportunity.
And that's selling absolute.
Selling absolute. A bank is selling that. We've got some good residential lots you ought to take a look at. Some home builders around the metro Atlanta have come to us and said, we have a couple of excess lots. We've developed out the entire subdivision. We have a couple of lots still in there. Take a look at that. They're in Paulding County and DeKalb County. And then
got some great lots up in LJ also.
We do.
Some mountain lots.
You know, I went up there and put some signs on them, and boy, I like those. They're both gated, but there's not really much built there yet. Not too many houses built there, but great mountain views. The reason why I say I like that it's gated is it keeps out trouble. It keeps out people from just wandering back in there for no reason. And so
that's right.
Pretty good lots.
And that one, 8101, there's some new homes being built at this time in there. I rode around it a little. Gorgeous views. It's right at 4 acres. Big enough to do something with.
Or you can put a cabin up there.
That's right. That's right. Got another commercial building. It's a 45,000 square foot factory warehouse. It's up in Abbeville, South Carolina. Sits on right at 10 acres. It's on a rail line. A lot of industries, you know, they love being right there on the rail line. Easy on, easy off. Getting stuff distributed. So take a look at that. It's a great piece of property.
Well, in industrial property like that, that's not going to be every one of our buyers, but we have certain buyers that, you know, just call in and say, let me know if you ever have industrial property.
That's right.
We're going to be reaching out to those folks, but that's a certain segment of auction buyers.
Yeah, I had several calls from across the country on that. What else? We've got a commercial lot down in Coweta County, right there on Highway 34. Great location, right beside a Kroger shopping center and new Dunkin' Donuts. It's one of the last vacant lots to be developed right there. Got ton of cars going by daily.
Well, and we sold a couple of those at our last auction. They sold really well, and this is really the better of the 3 lots.
That's right. Those were back behind this one.
This is on road frontage, and that's going to sell. That's going to generate a lot of interest.
Yeah.
And so if that's something that you're looking for, a commercial lot, you know, I would make sure you come to the auction.
It's from an estate. You know, the heirs. It's easier to split money than it is land. Got a great piece of property in Fairburn, South Fulton County.
Again, that's near where we sold before, and it sold really well. It's land down by Evander Holyfield's
his old
previous
place.
house. Yeah. And so that's, gosh, it's 14 acres, and some builder or developer is going to come in there. You could put a home, you know, like a big home with a lot of land on it. You could put some apartments there.
Yeah, but a few homes. It's right there on Jonesboro Road. Nice road at the intersection of Old Jonesboro and Jonesboro Road. Great location. And big enough to do something with. So there's some great properties to be had at this auction. We're already gearing up for our next auction, which we're planning on late March. Got several people committed to that. I was hearing how the Fed's going to be raising interest rates this year. Don't really know what that's going to do, but there's going to be some action in the market this year.
Well, that's obvious, and the Fed chairman has said he's going to raise rates this year 4 to 5 times, and whenever he says he's going to do it, they're going to do it. So interest rates are going up. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of inflation. In fact, it's funny. I was reading an article that said the state of Georgia is hit harder by inflation than any other state in the country right now. I don't know why that is particularly, but inflation's here. And we still have supply chain disruptions.
Stock market.
I don't know if y'all saw yesterday, but the stock market dropped over 1,000 points in one day, and it rallied and came back and was actually up at the end of the day. So the stock market's going to be on a wild roller coaster ride for a short time, it looks like.
Those cryptocurrencies, everything. There's just so much uncertainty. Real estate is the market right now. It's keeps its value, typically goes up every year, just because they aren't building any more real estate.
That's right, and there is a lot of uncertainty. You know what's not uncertain is auctions.
That's right.
Because we're going to present properties, and people have a chance to bid on them, and our boss says, John Dixon says, folks, we don't need an appraiser here today. You're going to tell us you're going to appraise this property that day. And if we do a good job of marketing, which we do, and if we have live active bidding, that's what that property's worth that day.
That's right. That's right. And, the buyer's getting it a good deal. The seller is moving it off their books. So it's the best of both worlds. So make sure and join us February 9th for this auction. And if you have anything you want us to look at, maybe tell you what we think it'll bring, ready to get it off the books while we're at the top of the market, because it's not going to last forever, and it's going to be years before it gets back up to this
I think so too.
level. So capitalize on where we're at in the market today. Let us sell your property for you. We'll get it done, bring fair market value. Just reach out to us. You can email either one of us, drew@johndixon.com or scott@johndixon.com. Call our office. It's 770-425-1141. Go to our website, johndixon.com. We've got all the information for our February 9th auction.
Send us an email and we'll send you out our brochure. We can email out the brochure so you can take a look at all the properties, or all of the property information is on our website too.
That's right. I've been worried I hadn't heard you say today, are we going to have a trivia question?
We are going to have a trivia question, and it's coming in just a second, but if you want a chance to earn or win a John Dixon Associates limited edition coffee mug, I'm drinking coffee out of it this morning.
We're about to the point where that's the one we're going to be sending.
But and so if you know or think you know the answer, send me an email, scott@johndixon.com, with the correct answer. Put your contact information in there, and then if you're correct, we'll send you out a John Dixon Associates coffee mug.
And Sean, we know you're smart and you like getting these. I'm not sure that you aren't Googling the answer, but you are ineligible to win another mug.
I don't know if you'll get this one. This is a tough question.
That's right. And he's a family member. Family, employees.
Former employees, or family members of employees or former employees are not eligible to win.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right.
So the trivia question today is in New York City, the Empire State Building collects money through office rent and through ticket sales to its observation deck. Which generates more money? Office rent or observation deck tickets that they sell. You may think you know the answer to this, but it might trick you up. So send an email to scott@johndixon.com if you want to guess, or if you think you know the answer. Send it to me and we'll get you that prize out. What do you think?
Do they need to give out the figures, or just which one brings in the most?
I would say just which brings in the most. And again, you think you might know, but you
I think
might
you're
be
giving
wrong.
a little too much away.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, thank y'all for joining us. We'll be back with you next week for another edition of John Dixon and Associates Roundtable. If you have any, the last one we did, we had read a bunch of questions that people would
Ask
send
the
in.
auctioneer. That's
Ask
right.
the auctioneer. We love doing those. So send in any questions you'd like us to address. We'll be happy to dedicate another podcast and answering all these questions. So just reach out to us. Let us know you're
Come up
listening.
and say hello to us at the auction.
That's right.
Too. When
Do
you get
that.
to the auction, come up and say hello.
Do that. Let us know you're listening to these things. But thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with you next week. Thank you.